Driver died after crashing into a tree in Old Louisville, and for those living nearby, the deadly crash did not come as a surprise.
WDRB's Addie Shaney explains the push for safer roads in the city of Louisville. Addie?
You can still clearly see the remains from that fiery crash. Windows are boarded up. This tree is completely charred, and residents say if the roads had been designed differently, it wouldn't have happened in the first place.
It's the running the reds and it's the speeding.
Alex Peretz lives in Old Louisville. He knew Friday's fiery crash was only a matter of time. It happened at the intersection of Oak Street and 2nd Street, a one-way.
People just trying to basically treat the one-way like a highway.
Chris Glasser is the president of Streets for People, a Louisville nonprofit dedicated to making Louisville's roads safer.
Anywhere where we're having these one-way pairs, you're going to see this happen.
Drivers crashing their cars into buildings is a problem so pervasive in the city, there's a term for it.
We call it being mag-barred.
Drivers have crashed their cars into Magnolia Bar in Old Louisville over 10 times.
It's by no means an Old Louisville problem. I think, anywhere where you see these like one-way pairs, you're going to see these.
This map shows one-way streets in Louisville. This one shows where crashes happen. Both crashes and one-ways are concentrated in Louisville's urban core.
It's not a cut through, it's a neighborhood.
The city is converting this section of 2nd Street and 3rd Street into two-way streets. This affects the road where the crash happened Friday. The project starts this year and won't be done until 2027. The city is also making the switch from one-ways to two-ways at Logan and Shelby Streets, as well as West Chestnut Street and West Muhammad Ali Boulevard. For Glasser, these changes are a start.
The changes do need to be more systemic.
But he says the city needs to make a major shift to stop crashes like this from being the norm.
With our streets designed like this, it's just a matter of time before the next accident like this occurs. It's not an if, it's a when.
The businesses here aren't sure when they'll be able to reopen. People who live in the apartments upstairs also aren't sure when they'll be able to return back home. With photojournalist Neil Johnson, Addie Shaney, WDRB News.
Thank you, Addie.